Carl Jung said, "Color is the mother tongue of the subconscious." Color is the first thing people notice about us. Its impact, immediate and long-lasting. Our fashion color choices says a lot about the image we are trying to portray, and also how we feel about ourselves. So what does color tell people? Within seconds of meeting you, others will respond to the color messages flashed by your clothing. It is a fact that different colors can make us feel a certain way. It has even been determined by medical science studies that color can influence the viewer's hormones, blood pressure, and body temperature. Color also has an impact on your apparent shape, weight, personality, your emotions, and others' emotions. How, you ask? Stick around, all will be explained in a colorful manner. Designers, I hope you are ready to explore all things color with me. Today's objectives are to define the term color and study the color wheel. We will also explore different color schemes within that wheel. We will look at color psychology and what it is, and end off the lesson by looking at how to design with color. Hello and a warm welcome to lesson 3 titled Color Me Impressed. We are all influenced by color every day, whether we realize it or not. Take a quick look around you and count how many colors you see. Did you know that you were surrounded by so many different colors? It is almost impossible to count them all, and something we definitely take for granted. So today, we are going to celebrate color. Let's start by looking at what color is. Color is a perception. Our eyes see something, and data sent from our eyes to our brains tell us that it is a certain color. Objects reflect light in different combinations and wavelengths, and our brain picks up on those wavelengths combinations and translates them into color. In the visual arts, color theory is a body of practical guidance to color mixing and the visual effects of specific color combinations. There are also definitions or categories of color based on the color wheel. But before we get into that, let's recap what we have learned in Module 1 about color. Color has 3 different dimensions: hue, value, and intensity. Can you remember what the hue is? Colors are called hues, and a hue is a name given to a specific color like blue, green, or purple. The value of a color is how light or how dark a color is. The lighter the color, the higher the value. That means that a color like black has a low value because it absorbs other colors. That is why standing in the sun while wearing black makes you feel hotter than other colors. So white then has the highest value. The value scale runs from black to white. If a color is made lighter by adding white to it, the result is called a tint. Pastel colors are often called tints because it is lighter than the original color. If black is added, the darker version is called a shade. The word tone is used to describe a color that has been mixed with gray. Intensity represents the saturation, which means the brightness or paleness of the color. Bright colors are considered high-intensity colors like sky blue, where pale colors are considered low-intensity colors like baby blue. Did you all remember the color terminology? I am sure you did. Now we can move on to exploring the color wheel. The color wheel is the basic tool for combining colors. The first circular color diagram was designed by Sir Isaac Newton in 1666. Artists and designers still use it today to develop color harmonies and palettes. The color wheel is designed so that any color you pick from it will look great together. Over the years, many variations of the basic design have been made, but the most common version is a wheel of 12 colors based on the primary color module. On the color wheel and in color theory, the colors are grouped into 3 categories: primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. What are primary colors? Red, yellow, and blue. These are the 3 most basic colors on the color wheel. They cannot be made from any other colors, but all other colors on the color wheel are made from them. Secondary colors are created by mixing equal amounts of 2 primary colors. These colors are green, orange, and purple. Another 6 colors are created by mixing primary and secondary colors, and these we call tertiary colors. They tend to end up being closer to the primary color. These will all be 2-name colors, for example, red-purple, red-orange, yellow-orange, yellow-green, blue-purple, and blue-green. You might be wondering, how on earth did we go from the 12 colors on the color wheel to all the different colors we see now? That is where tints, shades, and tones come in. As we have learned in the beginning of this lesson, tones, tints, and shades are just variations of hues on the color wheel. An example of a tint: when we add white to red, we get pink. And an example of a shade: when we add black to red, we get a burgundy color. If you draw a line through the center of the wheel, you will notice that the color wheel can be divided into warm and cool colors. Warm colors are vivid and energetic, where cool colors create a soothing impression. White, black, and gray colors are considered to be neutral. Let's look at different color schemes. Monochromatic color schemes are easy to create because they only use one color or different tones from the same angle on the color wheel. These colors are guaranteed to suit each other because they all come from the same family. With all of these schemes, black and white colors can always be added to add a bit more visual interest. Black and white are considered neutral colors and goes with just about any color scheme. Complementary colors are opposite each other on the color wheel. For example, red and green, yellow and purple, blue and orange. The high contrast of complementary colors will create a vibrant look, especially when used at full saturation. Complementary color schemes are a little bit tricky to work with when using it in a large doses, but works well if you want something to stand out. The analogous color scheme uses colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. They usually match well and create comfortable designs. These are often found in nature, making it pleasing to the eye. When choosing this kind of color scheme, make sure that you have enough contrast. Choose one color to dominate and a second to support. The third color is used as an accent. The Triadic color scheme uses colors that are evenly spaced around the color wheel. As you can see from the colors highlighted on the image, these color schemes tend to be quite vibrant, even if you use low intensity or pale versions of your hues. To use this successfully, the colors should be carefully balanced. One color should dominate, and the other 2 colors should be used as accent colors. The split complementary color scheme is a variation of the complementary color scheme. In addition to the base color, it uses 2 colors adjacent to its complement. This has the same strong visual as a complementary color scheme, but has less tension. This is often a good combination for beginners because it is really difficult to mess up. The rectangle color scheme uses 4 colors arranged into 2 complementary pairs and offers plenty of possibilities for variation. These schemes work best if you let one color be dominant. Do you remember us talking about warm and cool colors? When using this color scheme, please pay attention to the balance between warm and cool colors in your design. As you can see in the image, we have 2 warm colors, the red and the orange, and 2 cool colors, the blue and the green. The square color scheme is very similar to the rectangle scheme, but with all 4 colors evenly spaced around the circle. Just like the rectangle scheme, these work best if you let one color be dominant. Again, there is a nice balance between warm and cool colors. Let's look at some examples of these color schemes in fashion. First, we have the monochrome look. It is the same hue, but just different tones. I must say, this is my dream outfit. I love it so much. Next, we have the complementary scheme. As you can see, it gives a great impact when bright versions of the hues are used. The analogous combination is rich and at the same time harmonious and soothing. Then we have the Triadic scheme, which is bold and it really makes a statement. Next is the split complementary scheme. You will notice that it has less tension than the complementary scheme and is a great scheme to work with if you are a beginner. Last but not least, we have the square color scheme. Because it has 4 colors, you can expect a bold look. It is best if one color, like orange in the image, is the dominant color to create a harmonious look. 4 colors are difficult to balance and takes a great eye, but one can practice this by playing with different clothing pieces of different colors. After looking at all of these examples, which color combination is your favorite scheme right now? Color, a major part of fashion design, is the first thing people notice and plays a big role in the creation of first impressions. For example, if you are someone who likes wearing one specific color all the time, it certainly says something about your personality. To find out the reason behind it all, we need to look at color psychology. Color psychology is the psychological influence colors have on the functioning of a person. In simpler words, it is the study of hues as a determinant of human behavior. Colors have an incredible influence on our minds, our emotions, our ideas, and the way we perceive things, and how we respond to the world. Did you know our ancestors used color psychology as a form of therapy? Researchers have found that the ancient Egyptians and Chinese practiced chromotherapy. This is a method in which color healed individuals by increasing blood circulation, alleviates skin problems, soothes illnesses, and purifies the body. Isn't that just amazing? As designers, it makes sense to understand the meaning of different colors so that we can dress and design with the appropriate colors. White symbolizes innocence and purity, and that is exactly the reason why it is the most popular color of wedding dress. The symbolism of color has crossed cultural boundaries, with many brides around the world insisting on a white wedding dress even if their own cultures demand a very different form of traditional dress with its own color codes. White is popular in fashion because it is a light, neutral, and goes with anything. It is also the best summer color as it reflects light, keeping you cool on those hot days. When we wear dark colors like black, we automatically feel more empowered, and it enables us to be more persuasive and influential. It is popular in fashion because it is considered a classic color and makes people appear thinner. Priests wear black to signify submission to God. Black outfits can also make the wearer seem more evil, so in movies you will often see the villain wearing black clothing. It is also considered a sign of mourning. Green represents new beginnings and has a calming effect and a down-to-earth significance. Brides in the Middle Ages often wore green to symbolize fertility. Because it is a playful color, pink makes a person look more approachable and friendly. If you are meeting someone new, slip into your favorite pink garment to make a positive first impression. Red is an intense color associated with strong emotions such as passion, rage, and love. It has a physical effect on the person as it can enhance your heartbeat and breathing. In fashion, red clothing draws attention and interest. Unfortunately, it also makes the wearer appear heavier. When combined with black, red appears more lively, and when combined with white, more romantic. Colors produce different reactions when used in different fabrics and when put together in different color combinations. For example, a red jacket worn with a white shirt exhibits confidence and power. But if you pair that red jacket with a lacy red dress, it may be interpreted that you have other things on your mind. Yellow, the color of the sun, radiates energy and warmth. It represents optimism, freshness, and cheerfulness. Yellow stimulates the brain and nervous system and helps us to be more active. Blue symbolizes calmness, thus very positive for our body and mind, and signals our body to produce chemicals that have a calming effect. Hence, its stress-fighting abilities. This is also the color to wear if you want to come across as a confident and loyal person. This is exactly why fashion consultants recommend you wear blue to job interviews. It is also the reason why most uniforms are created using blue shades. Purple has long been associated with wealth and royalty. Because purple is rare in nature, it seems more expensive and luxurious. A mixture between yellow and red, orange is the color of warmth, happiness, creativity, and freedom. It has many positive physical effects like stimulating our appetite, boosting our confidence, and promoting a sense of well-being. Remember, all the summary notes and slides are available in your toolkit and would be really worthwhile to keep as a resource at your fingertips beyond this course. But no sneak peeks. The lesson notes will only become available after you have attended your class or caught up with the lessons. These will really help you prepare for your assignments. In the next lesson, we will build on what we have learned about drawing figures so far and create your own 9-head fashion figures. Experimenting with different drawing styles will help you discover your own. This will certainly help you communicate your design more successfully to the viewer while creating a piece of art at the same time. Color has always played a significant role in the fashion industry and has entered our everyday language to conjure up images of garments appropriate for specific situations, like the crisp white shirt, the perfect blue jeans, and the little black dress. We may not even notice when color is influencing us. If you are having a bad day, you tend to automatically choose clothes in dull, neutral colors like black, gray, or brown because these colors match how you are feeling. Just like when you are happy, you will go for something a bit brighter. Have a look in your wardrobe and see how many different colors you own. Do you have different variations of one or two colors? Or do you have a versatile rainbow of outfits? You may find yourself stuck in a color rut, but knowing this, why not experiment with the colors you wear and surround yourself with? When dressing, the first rule is to always be guided by what suits your natural coloring. That is your skin tone, eye color, and hair color. Once you know your best range of colors, you can choose different colors for different situations and occasions. For now, let's begin with hair color, as this will provide you with a good foundation of the types of colors that complement you. If you have blonde or light hair, you should consider wearing pastels and cream colors. Swap out black with navy and wear smaller patterns rather than larger patterns. If you have darker hair, like brunette or black, wear bold colors and prints and use black and white for contrast. Avoid muted colors. If you have red hair, wear bold colors like green and earth tones. Wear blue instead of black and cream instead of white. Also stay away from pastels. Next up is your skin tone. If you have a very fair to fair skin tone, neutrals, pastels, and jewel tones will suit your complexion the best. These include lavender, blush, soft yellows, mint green, ivory, and peach. If you have a medium to olive skin tone, you can wear darker and more bold colors like olive, purple, mustard, pink, orange, and blue. If you are darker, jewel tones, orange like in the image, yellow, ruby, and white will look fabulous on you. If you have blue eyes, the best colors for you include classic neutrals, and shades of pink will complement your eyes. Deep blue hues match the tone of your blue eyes, making them more pronounced. Lighter greens will give your eyes a subtle complementary boost. For those with green eyes, go for colors on the opposite end of the color wheel. This means colors like red, deep greens, coral, and pale yellows to highlight your eyes. Brown eyes are sometimes the trickiest to make pop because they are already considered a neutral tone. But if you are blessed with brown eyes, the best colors for you include greens, soft pinks, rich blues, and gold. These will definitely complement your eyes and make them pop. It is important to choose colors that are a good fit with your natural coloring first. There is no point in choosing a color like purple that suggests creativity if it is going to make you look washed out. Wearing colors that best suit you have a big impact on your confidence. It can make your skin tone appear more even, reduce the appearance of wrinkles and dark circles, and make you look healthier. Knowing how to use color to your advantage can change the way you dress and boost your self-confidence. With that being said, these are all just suggestions that can help you discover your personal style. It will also help you when you are designing for a client or a specific target market. If you know your market, you can incorporate the colors that complement their hair, skin tones, and eyes the most. This will hopefully reflect in sales. The beautiful thing about fashion, though, is that there really are no rules. Yes, there are tips and it can guide you towards a more successful outfit, but if you wear what makes you happy and you wear it with confidence, you are on the right track. So let's look at what it means to design with color and its role in design. Please keep in mind that there are not just 12 colors, but any color under the sun to make your vision come to life. Let's face it, once you become a fashion designer or a designer of any kind, the world starts to look a little bit different. How do you see the world? Are you like the designer in the image or like regular people? Don't worry if you have said regular people. The more you study color and explore the world of design, the more colorful the world will become. That I can promise you. Color provides the designer the opportunity to create illusions in appearance, brings excitement to your design, and expresses feelings. Color can be your most powerful design element if you learn to use it effectively. By using colors consciously and harmoniously, it can help you create spectacular results. While you are designing, you have to take care of a number of things, like silhouette, design details, and texture. Among all these features, the most dominating one is the color of your garment. Simply put, no matter how amazing the design is, color alone can enhance or spoil the design's beauty. There is a quote that says, "All colors are the friends of their neighbors and the lovers of their opposites." And that perfectly describes choosing colors for your design. Effective color schemes are used to enhance the look of the garment. Some colors, as we have learned in the previous lesson, are deemed fashionable and trendy during different fashion cycles, and most fashion designers usually follow suit. It is important to note that just like trends, attitudes toward color change all the time. Pink may be bold one season and tired the next. Staying up to date with the tips I gave you in the previous lesson, you can adapt to these changes in color. If you do want to follow color trends, a good source is Pantone. Pantone is widely recognized in the fashion design world, or the design world, as the color authority. Pantone looks to art, consumer products, interior design, celebrities, and fashion to determine color trends. Pantone always has a color of the year, and it has a great influence on the fashion industry. Let's look at some color of the year examples. A dramatic, provocative, and thoughtful purple was the color of 2018. Ultraviolet communicates originality, experimentation, and visionary thinking that points us towards the future. Vibrant yet mellow was the vibe of 2019's color of the year. Living coral embraces us with warmth and provides comfort and authenticity in our shifting environment and embodies our desire for playful expression. 2020's color of the year was classic blue, a shade reminiscent of the sky at dusk. It is a color that anticipates what is going to happen next, and that is the question we asked as we embarked on a new decade. Do you remember we were talking about the 20-year rule in fashion trends in the previous lesson? Funny enough, the 2020 color brings us almost full circle to the very first color of the year, which was cerulean, a blue hue chosen in 1999 to likewise capture a moment in time. Just to show you that the Pantone's color of the year has a significant influence on the fashion industry, here are some examples of the fashion we saw each year. First, we have ultraviolet. This look is designed by Gucci. Living coral was all over the runway, but also a color trend the celebrities loved to wear, as you can see in this image of Gigi Hadid. The classic blue look was designed by Marc Jacobs. Pantone's color of the year is available to anyone, so it is a good idea to follow Pantone on social media if you are looking to designing with color trends. Let's take a look at how we can use color to enhance our designs by using some of the following tips and tricks. Like we have seen in the previous slides, incorporating color trends into your design can be an advantage because it will fulfill the consumer's wants and needs. But you do not have to follow color trends, but also create your own. In most cases, your color palette will largely be based on your brand identity. If you are designing for a client, use their existing color palette as a foundation and build upon it by adding a splash of color where appropriate. Most importantly, when it comes to color, be intentional. It does not matter what color you use as long as the color supports the personality you want to portray with the design. Use colors that are appropriate for your consumer or audience, the message you are trying to convey, and the overall feeling you want the wearer to experience. If you keep these in mind, your color palette will give meaning to your design. Because solid colors do not change colors, our brains determine what color something is based on the colors that are around it. This means a garment might look like it is a different color based on the colors around the garment. Pairing something bright with other light and bright colors will make it seem more pale and subdued, while pairing it with darker, less saturated colors will make it seem brighter. The skirt in the image is the exact same skirt, but contrasted with different tops. The skirt paired with the purple top looks more pastel than the skirt paired with the grey top. This is something you should keep in mind when combining colors in a design and when styling. Figuring out different shapes can confuse our brains a little. We as designers can use this as an advantage and create illusions within our designs. As we have learned in Module 1, lines can create different illusions. Generally, vertical lines that carry the eye up and down the figure without interruption will give a taller and more slender illusion. Horizontal lines that stops the eye from traveling upwards by moving the eye from side to side or back down again will create a shorter and heavier illusion. Curved lines, like we see in the image, creates movement and emphasizes curves. Play around with these lines to create an interesting visual impact. Wearing or designing with a solid color has minimizing effects. This means it can make the wearer seem slimmer if the correct color is used. Warm colors tend to create an illusion of a greater or bigger size, where cool colors create an illusion of reduced size. Furthermore, dull and dark colors also create the illusion of a smaller figure. Bright colors, obviously, then have the opposite effect. Generally, the size of print should also be selected in relation to your figure. This means small figures look best in fabric with a small print, while larger figures look best in fabric with a larger print. This is especially true if the colors used in print are bright and have a strong contrast. Next, we have color blocking. Color blocking combines two or more fabrics of complementary colors sewn together in a creative way and is pleasing to the eyes. It gives a magical effect to simple clothes, transforming them into architectural pieces. It can also be described as fashion optical illusion. By using simple geometry and color blocking, as we can see in the images, you can change the shape of the body, making it seem slimmer. Clothing with this illusion often have different colored sections that disrupt the outline of the body. These sections can be organic shapes, like in the smaller image, or geometric shapes, like we see in the bigger image. The elements of design can be used to communicate personal style, occupation, or mood. It is important for the designer to understand each element in order to be aware of the potential and limitation of each element and how to combine and manipulate them to create amazing designs. How the elements are applied are determined by the designer to successfully communicate the design concept to the market. It is important to keep an eye on the elements and identify any changes in trends and to apply those changes to make you a relevant and good designer. Color is one of the most important elements because it can either make or break your design. Color affects us in several ways, and while your design does not rely on color alone, your choice in color will be one of the first things people notice and could determine whether or not people will purchase your design. It is important to note that no color combination is right or wrong. Whatever color combination you choose for your designs and how you use color in design is a reflection of your personality and your design style. You can design with the colors of your choice with pride and celebrate life and its many colors. Guys, you can be so proud of how far you have come and the progress that you have made. As you can see, you've made progress in fashion design theory, drawing and illustration, design development, pattern making, and garment construction. Congratulations! Your challenge today consists out of 2 parts. Welcome to Module 2, guys. It is a little bit more than your previous challenges, but I promise it is a fun one. First, I want you to create a color wheel. This will help you get used to the different colors and where they are placed on the wheel in relation to others. It is a good exercise to help you get to know your colors. Then, I want you to look at your beautiful wheel of color and create a design with a split complementary color scheme. This scheme can be used to enhance a feature, redirect the eye, or create illusions. That is up to you. Don't forget, you can also play around with the value of the color to create different tones too. One thing is for sure, I would like to see your designs, so please share them on your favorite social media channels, our Shaw Academy Facebook page and Instagram. And don't forget to tag Shaw Academy and use the hashtag ShawFashionColor. Enjoy it and be creative. If you feel like it, create designs with all the other color schemes too. And this marks the end of Lesson 3, Color Me Impressed. And I am super impressed that you are still here, keen to learn and soaking up all the content I'm throwing your way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I am looking forward to having you all back for Lesson 4, titled Technical About Drawing. Until then, as always, stay fashionable.